Dear Liko, have you given thought to the book? Of course I have. A way to punish Rocky? A way to finally get revenge for Darius? I've been thinking those thoughts ever since that fateful day. But I don't know, I just keep thinking about how we're going to set this up and keep second guessing myself. The morally pure do not need to second guess themselves. But we're not completely pure, are we? Our interrogation in hell and what happened to me, they settled that question. I don't know, Dallas. Anything is good. Maybe, alright, let's say we make an impossible test. That's no better than just stabbing him in the back, right? We'd have to make it fair if you want it to be a real judgment. True. So, we could do something like, have you ever kidnapped and killed anyone? But then, we're just creating a test that we know he'd fail. Isn't that the same as an impossible test, basically? Of course it is. I keep thinking about what would happen if things were different, if we'd swap places somehow. What kind of book would Rocky be writing for us? If you want to treat him fairly, then we must treat... if we want him to treat you fairly, then we must treat him fairly in return. That's what I thought you'd say. But how can we possibly be fair to someone like that? How about tacos, huh? The test need not merely be about judging sins, we can also judge virtues and lack of them. We can focus on all the glory and good that we've brought to this earth. Rocky can't possibly hold a candle to that. Easy for you to say, Mila. You've fought off Rocky twice. You've saved Darius from Circe, and then from Nasby. You even talked your way out of hell. Or what was supposed to be hell, anyway. Even young Darius managed to get those coins from the Queen. What have I ever done? You helped save Darius. Liko, you had the foresight to detect evil within Darius. If you had not alerted us to that unholy spirit, we might have fallen under its spell. Maybe. But Liko, we shouldn't strive for pride in a long list of accomplishments. We shouldn't? No. What use are accomplishments if they're in the service of evil? Truth be told, Mila, I wasn't a very accomplished as a merchant either. That doesn't matter. We should strive to have pure goals, and to be equally pure in heart. And you have that, Liko.
You know, what you just said, it's been the only thing that's really kept me going when times have been tough. At least while I'm on this ship, when the history books are written, I'll be remembered for something good. Something big. Even if it's for being the smallest part of that big something. Assuming we make it, you know?
I have faith we will, Liko. So you don't need to worry. Wait, because you have faith, that means I don't have to worry? Exactly. I noticed that being a girl didn't make it onto your list of complaints. Well, I'm glad you are content with yourself. I didn't say that! No, I did. I can't really deny it, can I? Seeing Tam Tam rebel against what happened, it has kind of made me aware of how little friction there's been for me. That's good, Liko. I mean, there are some upsides of being a girl, right? I'm interested in you. Of course. Goodbye, Liko. I'm interested in you. Goodbye, Liko. Of course, dear Liko. And thank you for your contribution to the book. I should have gone with the lesbian route. Dear Tam Tam, have you given any thought to our book? Oh, I've had a thought or two, darling. I've been thinking about what kind of trap to spring on that bastard. My ears are pleased to hear that inspiration has struck through, though they are less pleasant by the coarseness of your tongue. Oh please, we've just been to hell and back and you're telling me you can't handle a swear. Anyway, I've been thinking of lots of different ways to trap this guy. A pit of spikes, a poisoned dart, a suit of living armor that punches people to death. Oh my, are all of these ideas so violent? Of course, that's the idea, right? The goal is to honestly judge him, not to merely pretend to keep our hands clean while the book serves as our instrument of violence. Why don't we write us up a judge who orders him to be executed? Heck, why don't we just write to the Queen, pretend that Rocky visits her instead? That would cut down on some of this brainstorming time right there. I like the idea of judgment, but an impartial judge would be best. Perhaps I should be the queen instead of Queen Nocta. Oh yeah, you'll be impartial, right? Of course I will. Impartial, absolute, and eventually omnipresent. Omnipresent isn't godlike. Mila, I know you're already an angel, but you're giving yourself a good promotion here. Once we have all the coins, my judgment will bind over the whole earth. The wicked will have no place to hide. Men like Rocky will never be able to escape my retribution for their sins. That's what, really? You doubt my sincerity? Nobody on the ship doubts that. I just have no idea this whole judgy thing was going to be applied to everyone. What if criminals, reform? Are you suggesting we let Rocky go if he promises to atone for what he's done? Unless he can bring Morgana back to life, I hardly
A great big hug. No, of course not, Mila. But you know, I didn't have the cleanest past before coming on board. If you're going to judge everyone, I might end up on your little naughty list.
I highly doubt that, dear Tam Tam. Well, you haven't heard the full story of Tam Tam, have you? Not yet. Would you like to confess your sins to me? Some other time, maybe. I'm interested in you. Thanks for your time. I'm interested in you. Thanks for your time. I'm interested in you. Thanks for your Fuck it! I'm interested in you. If you're worried if I will trust you afterwards, you need not. It doesn't matter if I trust you. Of course not. You're just the captain with a god complex, about to have more power in her hands than anyone. Listen to yourself, Tam Tam. You have just spoke the truth. It does not matter if I trust you. It only matters if you trust me. What? Of course it matters. I've lied, I've cheated, I've stole. When I first met you, But why do you do those things, dear Tam Tam? Because whenever you meet someone, you don't trust them. You have stabbed them in the back before they stab you. You have to betray, so you can never be betrayed. Ever again. Isn't that right? Pardon me. Yes, Mila. I have no idea how you could know that. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you trust me. Do you? I want to trust you. I do. It's been the longest time since I really trusted anyone. As long as I'm with you, Tam Tam, you'll be safe. Let go of your fear, anger, and pain. You'll be the kind of person you always wanted to be. And what kind of change are we walking here? You've always slept with one eye open, Tam Tam, but I know how long you've ached to truly rest. Now you can. You can sleep with both eyes firmly closed, my wing just gently clasped over you, and your cheek resting against my bosom. How does that sound, dear Tam Tam? Oh, Mila! But just so you know, even though I got this body, I'm still you? I wouldn't want you any other way. Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh boy! I can see it on the other screen. Oh no! Dear Darius, have you given any thought to the book? Can I have an orgy and just be interested in everyone? A little. I'm not sure how qualified I am to offer a suggestion there. And what led you to that thought? I'm the only member of this crew who hasn't gone up against Rocky. I've only been on the ship for a short time. All I know about the journey is what you've told me. Perhaps it is time to change that. Perhaps you need to hear about your journey from your own perspective. How? Come with me. This was your diary, dear Darius. Let's read an entry together, shall we? Never thought I'd feel like I was snooping to read my own diary, but hey, why the hell not?
The crew's spirits have been buoyed by our recent successful excursions, yet I find my own thoughts often returning to Morgana. My sense of guilt and grief, a perpetual dark cloud in my head, seems to lead towards two broad conclusions. Firstly, my concerns about the past may be jeopardizing the future. Cersei was able to skillfully manipulate my melancholia. Who may be next? Absent an adversary like her, simply being distracted by sorrow may reduce my effectiveness as a leader and inspirer. Secondly, And far, far more significantly, Morgana's presence on the crew represented a kind of triumph over adversity, a proof that our mission was possible. Though she was often ill-tempered and untrusting, she changed so much from the rudderless, ruthless pirate she'd once been. Though she hadn't been touched by the magic of the coins, become what you seek certainly applied to her. Liko and Mila were merchants before the ship, who doubtlessly lived duller lives before coming aboard my vessel. Tamtam's past remains enshrouded by mystery, yet it's clear to me that in some sense, she came seeking adventure as well. Only Morgana represented the fulfilled promise of redemption, the promise the wizard's treasure makes to the world. If our mission is to mean anything, it is to offer hope to people like her.
It's bizarre to hear about everything like this. I want to meet this Morgana, but she's already dead, isn't she? Have you read this diary before, Mila? I would never stoop so low as to read the captain's diary, no. But you, shared with me some of his thoughts. I don't doubt that. You seem like the kind of person I'd like to confide in. I'm glad to hear you say that, dear Darius. You should feel you can trust me with your deepest
You
fears.
want my deepest fears, do you? Alright, how about this? I'm afraid I'm nothing. I'm in this room, surrounded by all these trophies of accomplishment. Well, I didn't accomplish any of these things. And because you took me out of my time, I can't just live the life I was supposed to. I'm not the man you knew, Mila. And I never will be.
But you don't need to. You have a different time and a different destiny. You can become a different man. Your own man. Oh, I could just go with the orgy route. What do you think, chat? Orgy route? Although we left Liko out. Is Liko the only one we're not interested in? Would that count as lost? Alright, good luck with your journey. Ready to retire, my angel? Of course, my. Which way is your room? Not so loud, I don't want anybody to. Mila! We were just. Alright, it's alright, dear Liko. It appears love is in the air for us us all. No need for embarrassment. Let's all just go to bed. We'll see each other in the morning. It looks like this place is going to be a little more crowded very shortly. What do you mean? What's going on? Isn't it obvious? He's having a slumber party. Someone else is coming for the coins, obviously. Somebody? Rocky. Between the two of you, you've gathered all the coins. A final confrontation between good and evil was inevitable. We'll settle this once and for all. But our book isn't ready. We barely have a rough draft. Well, you don't exactly have time to finish it. They're dropping anchor in the harbour now. And we'll have to use one of the books from the shelves. They're here. Ready the book. I don't want to give them a chance to react. Oh, I see how it works. I suggest an ambush and you say a cowardly sneak attack is unacceptable. But now you're about to. Tam cease this descent. If we want triumph, we must remain unified. Whatever. We did it! We won! All we did was put them in the book. What if they passed the test? That is unlikely given the book they're in. I sent them to the Pillar of Cooperation. And what's so challenging about that book in particular? Take a look inside the book and see for yourself. Can't you fly away, Morgie? Even if I could fly, there's lava everywhere. Where am I supposed to fly to, idiot? Why does this thing keep sinking? Maybe it wouldn't go down so fast if the boss hadn't got so fat. I'm pushing you in if you don't shut up, you nitwit. Wait, was that Morgana in there? Morgana, I thought you told me Rocky killed her. She did! Clearly, something has happened to the timeline. Maybe Rocky used the shape what you were coin to bring her back to life? Perhaps, but Rocky doesn't seem like he'd ever use something so valuable to help someone else. Hang on, Darius, you rescued Morgana from Rocky's queue. I did? I saved her? Yes, she'd been there since she was a kid, having been kidnapped and forced there, and you showed her a different life. At least that's what she told me. So Mila, when you used your coin on Darius, you undid that. Morgana was never saved. She never died, and that's why she's still there serving Rocky. That's not fair. We've got to save her right now. Wait, why? She's with the enemy. She doesn't even remember us. But you just told me that I saved her. I helped her have a new life. Why can't we do that again? Because you can't just repeat the past moment for moment. Morgana's been with Rocky longer now. The circumstances are different. They are? How so? I wasn't there when you rescued Morgana. I don't even know what you did. But I do know that even when she was one of the good guys, she certainly wasn't all that pleasant to be around. So only people with pleasant personalities deserve to be rescued? That's not what I meant. How does that test work exactly? You see, you sent them to the Pillar of Cooperation. The pillar sinks and falls depending on if the group says pleasant or unpleasant things to each other. You survive by being nice to each other? Morgana might have a tough time with that one. Let's just take another look in that book. We wouldn't even be in this mess if you didn't want these stupid coins in the first place. We have to die because of your own stupid greed. You'd be dead already if it wasn't for me, you insolent, ungrateful swine. Why do you want those things anyway? Just so the Dread Pirates wouldn't have them? At first, maybe. Then I learned they could change the world. Rocky the Reformer, eh? I don't believe that for a minute. If you let me talk, you'd know a bit more, wouldn't you? After a while, I realized what kind of world would the Dread Pirates make it if they had the power? It wouldn't be a world with a place for someone like me, would it? You mean someone who's an evil, smug bastard? Evil? Come on, Morgana. We're a few seconds away from dying, and you're going to call me evil? Why not? What have I got to lose?
People like you and me, we don't decide what's right and wrong. We live in society. We live in a culture. We have to find our role in that culture. And we're pirates. That's what we all are, right? Criminals. There will never be any place in the New World Order of the Dread Pirates.
Not for you, not for me, not for anyone like us. Do we have to be criminals forever? I thought it was just something to do for fun. No matter where I go, no matter what I do, I've always been seen as a criminal. I can't change the whole culture on my own. So what? Why does that matter? You could still change any way you want. Become what you seek, right? I wouldn't want to change even if I could. Nothing you disloyal screeching harpies can say will convince me otherwise. Not a passing score, eh? Not even close, they're all dead. Dead? Can't you make an exception? They are your books, after all. When you die in a book challenge, you die in real life. I'm sorry, but your friend is dead and gone forever. But try not to dwell on that. Now that Rocky is defeated, you've finally collected all the coins. When you're ready, gather all your coins here, then change the world. And how exactly do we do that? That's for you to decide yourselves. Hey, it's your money, isn't it? But farewell. I can't believe that bastard expects us to be happy when Morgana is dead. Oh, but getting angry, that'll bring her back to life. Face it, Darius, she's gone. Not necessarily. We can shape what you were to bring her back. How? The coin we used on you vanished after we used it. I know, but I have one that I stole from Queen Natka's room. It was attached to a crown. What? You lied to us? I wasn't lying. I was just withholding information. And just when were you planning on sharing this information with the rest of us? When the moment was right, and it's right now. Hey, if you're willing to save me, why aren't you willing to save her? I don't know, Darius. Using shape what you were can have some unintended consequences. We had a front row seat to those, didn't you, Darius? The problem with me is you went back 20 years. You heard Orvia. It was foolish to try and change so much time. We'll go back 5 minutes, pull Morgana out just as she's about to be sucked into the book. A lot can happen in 5 minutes. What if she shoves us into the book instead? Why would she do that? Don't you get it, Darius? She'll be an enemy. She won't know who we are, and who knows what she's capable of. Liko, you're the one who doesn't get it. I did something good for someone, and that was taken away from me. I can't just let that go. I have to make it right. Cease this pointless bickering. It's obvious there's only one morally correct path here. If we rescue Morgana, it's just like Liko says. But if we can't just rescue Morgana, we'd have to rescue all of them. We're rescuing Morgana because she's the friend, but she's not the friend, and so by rescuing her, the moral thing to do would be to rescue all of them and give them a second chance. A rescue would be unwise. We need to rescue everyone. There's no option to rescue everyone. A rescue it is unwise, but we're doing it anyway. I agree with Darius, everyone deserves a chance at redemption, but thanks to me, Morgana's chance was taken away. We're this close to finishing our mission and you want to take a risky gamble like this? Those coins say become what you seek. I'd hate to imagine what we'd become if we cared more about limiting our risk than helping people. Darius, use the coin. They're here! Ready the book. I don't want to give them the chance to react. Oh, I see how this works. Blah, blah, blah. See? Oh, whatever. Well, that didn't get any less weird the second time around. But why didn't it work? Where's Morgana? Right here, in this book. Oh boy, your memory got wiped again, didn't it, darling? Of course not. I thought about it and I realized Mila was right. In the future, no need to think about it. I'm always right. There's that humility you're so famous for. Mila was right, that we can't trust Morgana. Just because we know her doesn't mean she knows us, so I trapped her in a different book. What good would that do? There isn't a single book on these shelves that Morgana could pass. You know what, you're probably right, but I didn't get a book from yourselves. I used our rough draft. You mean, yes, she's waiting for me. Stay back, you bastards! We mean you no harm, Morgana. How the hell do you know my name, and where am I? I'm a bit confused about that myself. It's supposed to be our ship. A little sketchy, I know, but there's a reason why they call it a rough draft. Supposed to be a ship? What's that even mean? You're inside a book right now. It's a kind of a test. A test for what? The ability to be pure of heart. Ha! You could have just asked, cause I'm not pure of heart. I'm a pirate, aren't I? Speaking of pirates, where's the boss? He's going to be pissed. Rocky and the rest of your crew did not pass their test. What's that supposed to mean? They died, darling. They're dead? Yes, you're safe now. You kill my crew and you expect me to feel safe? Aren't you just going to kill me too? No, Morgana. We saved you for a reason. Oh, you want me as your slave, is it? Is that it? Well, I'd rather go down in a blaze of glory than bow to you monsters. I'll cut you to shreds. No, it's nothing like that. How do I explain this? You see, in another life, you were our friend. I don't believe in all that afterlife nonsense. Regardless of what you believe, Morgana, we want to give you another chance. A chance to what? To become the person you once were. Great, I've been kidnapped by a bunch of crazies. Again. We're not kidnapping.
Yeah, I'm sure. You killed my crew, my family. You took me to your little ship against my will. You're telling me what to do, what to think, what kind of person I need to be for you, who my new friends are. It all sounds pretty familiar to me.
We're not forcing you to stay with us, Morgana. We respect your autonomy. About that, the only way to get out of this book is if Morgana wants to come with us. That was the test. What, Darius? Why didn't you think this through? We're stuck here. I just thought, if we're stuck here, is there anything to, you know,
It's
do?
supposed to be a lot more interesting than just this. Oh, I was going to put so much work into it. If you sail, you could actually go places and meet people. But the book wasn't ready. Just like I'm not ready to rescue you, am I? I failed you, Morgana. Once again. I'm so sorry.
Poor Morgana. She kind of looks like she's been doing some hard drugs. How did we... Morgana? Did you want to come with us? Are you crazy? Of course not. But it's better than being stuck on a stupid fake ship forever. I suppose that's true. I mean, it's not exactly what I would have wanted, but we'll take it! Gather the coins from Roky's ship. Between the two of us, we'll have them all, won't we? It would appear so. There's just one thing left to do. Gather them all and change the... Wait, you've heard this before, haven't you? Well, then you know what to do. What are you talking about? Stop speaking in riddles. What a smart move you made to bring her back, eh? Have fun. That's all of the coins. Now, all we have to do is purify the world. This can be best accomplished by... creating karma. Or just... You can't destroy sin, that's the removal of free will. Creating karma. In order for the world to be fair, we need to create karma. Glory and grace should flow to the good, while the wicked should reap their deserts. Are you kidding? That's the exact opposite of what we wanted to do. Instead, we've got to give those who have fallen as much help as we can to help them be redeemed. What would happen to Morgana here under your system, eh? This again?
Yes! Only Morgana represented the fulfilled promise of redemption. The promise the wizard's treasure makes to the world. I wrote those lines, right? Well, we can't use the coins without helping her. This time, I'll make sure the world is just right for her. A world where everyone can be redeemed. Sorry about this, Mila.
And so young Darius used the coins to create a world where eternal forgiveness and redemption became the law of the universe. Simply speak an apology into the air, a sincere, heartfelt plea for absolution, and it became so, legally, socially, and spiritually. A heartfelt admission of guilt was all it took to wipe the slate clean in the new world. This gave many hardened criminals, such as Morgana, a chance to start anew and forge a life of honor and honesty. It also led to many others abusing such a system, seeing forgiveness as permission to indulge in the worst impulses, with no regard to the consequences. Ah, it's the end. Well, what did you guys think? Are the credits gonna roll, or? Oh, there we go. We got background art, design and interface. Original soundtrack by Daniel O'Rourke and Rourke Daniels, available for purchase on Steam, iTunes and Amazon. Additional music, eBunny, Art of Escapism. Additional coding and consultants. Yay, witty username. Voice cast. Yay, Alt Tam Tam, Alt Liko. I thought Liko and Honora sounded similar. Got Angie. A lot of characters we apparently didn't meet. Oh no, that's the librarian. It's old Mila. Beta testers. Sound credits everywhere. Special thanks. Legal information. Stars. Thanks for playing. Play the Pirate's Fate again for a new adventure with 8 unique plot paths and over 24 endings. You never know what you might find. So guys, if you want to see more of this game, be sure to be like, oh my god, more Pirate's Fate please! And we're going to be interviewing the developers of the Pirate's Fate, so stay tuned for that. Alright, and goodbye for now.